this is what supporting you looks like. And we do that by lots of check-ins. That's what this year is about. And I also will always keep going back to supporting ourselves is going to intertwine with how we let ourselves receive. And it's letting ourselves receive support from us, receive support from the universe, receive support from other people, and really being aware of what that's going to look like. Hey guys, it is Mel from Mel Ryan 100% You, and I am just jumping on with my weekly update. We're in the third week of January in 2026. And I went back to work and saw clients this week, so it's been really nice. This week, we had a lot of people that have really stepped up going, I don't want to do the same thing that happened last year. Last year was quite horrendous, and I met a lot of things that I was working on, but I did it messy and long and slow and complicated. And so I want to be able to really see what I'm working on and get to the point of supporting myself much quicker, so I don't have to go through kind of the rabbit hole and deal with things, or have to experience things in a way that was really quite detrimental to me. A lot of people have been coming in with that. So we're really setting things up in lots of ways for being able to recognize things, being able to acknowledge. So even though last year might have been terrible, we're revisiting it in a way to go, okay, but what was your takeaway? What did you learn? What did you do different? How did you switch things? And a lot of people realize that even though it was awful, I found a boundary, or I found my voice, or I found a way that I stopped overgiving, or I learned more about myself, or I know that I don't want to do this way. So as much as it was messy and potentially awful for a lot of people, there's takeaways just waiting to be pulled out from that for you to be able to go, hey, this is actually my foundation of making sure I don't do this the same way. And because we know that already, we're not going to. And that's the beautiful thing. We've already shifted into a better way to support ourselves without even realizing that that was on the cards for us. And so now it's being able to set that foundation up to go, this is what supporting you looks like. And we do that by lots of check-ins. So I've literally just finished a workshop that I ran tonight, which will be up and available over the next couple of days. And it's the extension of let's set ourselves up to support ourselves. It's now with check-ins. So it's learning what a check-in means, how to do it, how to make your own, what feels right for you, how to keep it simple so it's not overwhelming. So we can use check-ins, daily if people need. Weekly, is probably recommended for a lot of us, because weekly we're going to always revisit it. Whereas monthly, there's too much of a gap before we reassess and come back. And so it's setting up our weekly check-ins and what that looks like in our wording, really specific for us, because it matches what we're working on. So if anyone's interested in having a look at that, give me a DM and I can send the link to that workshop to you, because it's pretty powerful. I can bundle them up together. They're both pretty amazing ways that we get to support ourselves. So coming back to knowing that supporting ourselves is the key. That's what this year is about. And I also will always keep going back to supporting ourselves is going to intertwine with how we let ourselves receive. And it's letting ourselves receive support from us, receive support from the universe, receive support from other people, and really being aware of what that's going to look like. So we're about to start undertaking some workshops, which is understanding the blocks in receiving, and kind of what that means and how that came about, and why we limit ourselves so much and why we're so hyper independent. So there's lots to explore. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm back again working with clients next week. It's really exciting to be able to see people making some really big shifts. So again, there's a lot going on. We still have the retreat that has a couple more spots left. It's been taken up really well. I'm so excited to share that space with a lot of you, to be able to really fine tune what your unpacking your story looks like, and then really being able to set you up to see you support yourself differently in your life. So That's kind of me for the week. Send me a DM if you want me to unpack anything specifically. Don't forget there's some amazing podcasts out there that are going to help you kind of make more sense of things. So big shout out and love to all, and I'll catch you all next week.